Welcome to the UpNext AI podcast. It's Wednesday, June 3rd, 2026, and here's what matters in AI today. Our lead story is from Amazon. AWS says it is extending MCP support for Amazon Bedrock Agent Core Gateway, which sits between MCP servers and the clients that use them. The core pitch is centralization. Instead of every internal MCP server handling credentials, policy enforcement, logging, and private connectivity on its own, Agent Core Gateway becomes the single entry point. Amazon says the update adds broader support for MCP primitives, including tools, prompts, and resources. It also adds dynamic listing, so some MCP servers can expose capabilities live at request time instead of relying only on a cached catalog. That matters for organizations where the available tools depend on the user, the tenant, or the compliance context. AWS also added streaming for long-running tool calls, session management for multi-turn workflows, elicitation for cases where a system has to pause and ask for more input mid-execution, and OAuth 2.0 on behalf of token exchange for delegated authentication. A few of the practical numbers here are useful. Amazon frames streaming as especially helpful when a tool call might take around 45 seconds. Session timeouts can be configured from 15 minutes up to 8 hours with a default of 1 hour. The broader takeaway is that Amazon is not just talking about agents at the model layer. It's trying to own more of the enterprise plumbing around them. Governance, identity, observability, and controlled access to tools. From there, a natural second story. Microsoft is trying to standardize agent guardrails. TechCrunch reports that Microsoft has introduced an open-source standard called the Agent Control Specification, or ACS. The idea is to let developer, compliance, and security teams define policies for agents in portable policy files, instead of scattering those rules across prompts, app logic, and one-off filters. According to the report, those policies can say what an agent may do, what it must not do, when a human needs to approve an action, and what evidence should be logged for later review. Microsoft says those checks can happen at several interception points, including before input is processed, before a tool call, after a tool returns a result, and before the final response goes back to a user. That matters because a lot of current agent control is still improvised. Teams use system prompts, custom checks, or classifiers, but those controls can be hard to audit and hard to reuse across different frameworks and environments. Microsoft's pitch is that ACS becomes a common governance layer, and because the policies live in single files, they can travel with the agent across systems. In short, Amazon is working on the gateway and runtime side of agent infrastructure, while Microsoft is working on the policy layer. Put together, those two stories say a lot about where enterprise AI is going right now. Less demo magic, more control planes. Researchers this week also posted a paper on safety for interactive robotics called Permissive Safety Through Trusted Inference. The setup is simple. Robots that work around people need to make decisions under uncertainty, including uncertainty about what nearby humans want, intend, or are about to do. The paper proposes neural safety filters that operate in that uncertain setting while trying to stay permissive enough that the robot can still act efficiently instead of freezing up. In plain English, a safety filter is a system that blocks or redirects unsafe actions before they happen. The researchers are aiming for filters that are both verifiable and practical for human-facing robotics. The bottom line? This is part of a bigger shift from abstract AI safety talk toward concrete, testable control mechanisms for systems that act in the real world. Are you building apps with voice? Elevate your app's voice capabilities with 11 Labs. Their API is a game changer for embedding dynamic, responsive voice interactions in your applications, providing unprecedented realism, flexibility, and latency. In fact, you're listening to one of their voices right now. If you are a developer looking to elevate user experience with natural voice interfaces, this is your solution. Visit upnext.fm/11 to check out their latest offerings. In the UK, Google will have to let publishers opt out of AI search features, according to reporting from The Verge on a Competition and Markets Authority ruling. The decision covers features like AI overviews and also says publishers must be able to prevent their content from being used for fine-tuning Google's AI models. Microsoft also previewed Project Solara, described by Ars Technica as an Android-based operating system designed for agents instead of apps. For now, it sounds much more like a forward-looking concept than a near-term product, but it's another sign of Microsoft betting that agent-first interfaces could become their own platform category. Before we wrap up, a quick note. This podcast is generated with the assistance of AI and is intended for informational purposes only. All referenced articles, research, and commentary remain the property of their original authors and publishers. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. And that's your briefing for today. Full source links are in the episode notes, and we'll be back tomorrow with What's Up Next.